499 left. Chaps. No, he's not going to get it fast this time. Terry, do you and Colin want to come in here and have a listen to that?
I'm eating all your sandwiches, you better hurry up.
Yeah, there's some food in here.
What? There's no what?
There's no speaker out there, so they can't hear us unless they've got the cans on. Dave?
Dave suggests I eat more of this cake.
Oh, we need a talkback mic up there, otherwise it's...
What would you say?
Yeah. Right, a bit of lower meat. Like...
Dave, the hands we rented from Easy Hire have arrived. Do you want to put them on?
I was having piano lessons. I was having piano lessons for about 5 years. Then I heard Revolver by the Beatles, which finally made me decide that was what I wanted to do. So the piano, I was sacked for not practicing the piano by my teacher. And I've been faithful to the guitar ever since. Did you take lessons? Not for guitar, no. I had some piano lessons which were very useful in understanding music and the theory, and taught me to read music, and you do understand, you know, the rudiments so much better. You know, if you can read it, you understand the actual theory so much better. So it was a help to have the piano lessons. And I can still play a little piano, but not very well.
Is there anybody you could go to if you wanted to learn to play rock guitar?
I think there is these days. There certainly wasn't then. But I've seen in the music press various people advertising, you know, learn rock guitar in a week, you know, this sort of thing, which in fact isn't as ludicrous a claim as it's saying, because it's very easy indeed to learn to play 3 chords, which is all you need.
Can you play part, Annie?
Compromise if you work with Andy Partridge, that is a fact. Because I mean, he's a very clever guy, and it's hopeless trying to compete with him. I mean, I'm the first to admit that my lead guitar playing style is rather old-fashioned, because I've been playing a long time. And I'd dearly love to do something startlingly new and different. I suppose it's like a case of not being able to teach an old dog new tricks to a certain extent. I'm learning all the time, but I've learned a lot since I've been with this group. From being just a sort of a blues thrasher to perhaps being a little more sensitive to different styles of music.
You play chords again, Andy. Yeah, and it's a bit distorted.
So it's very clean or very dirty. Must be all those bad heavy metal bands that use it and keep it full up all the time.
It's a bit fuzzy. It's still not quite right. It's Dave's guitar sound is nice, and you know, well, sounds nice, and that doesn't sound quite as.
And his guitar is just a little bit distorted.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like half distortion, and
yeah, I know.
It's neither one thing or another. You know.
Funny in there as well.
A little bit of that in it.
Yeah.
Take the out.
Is that the way you normally have the guitar on the amp setting?
Well, that's a higher
guitar
amp,
could still
so
be a little bit more.
it doesn't sound very amazing to me.
Well, this is always the problem of having amps other than this normal stuff you work with, isn't it?
Well, it should be the same, but it doesn't sound the same. It's just not very good one of
Oh, it's just a Friday.
Steve's in there.
We'll just finish off with the guitar, then sort that out, then we'll be ready to start.
What's the ones with mottos in the back? That's Swan? No, it's Skinny ones.
There's this, I bought a box of matches in Ireland which are called the Friendly Match.
Hello there.
And they go up on your face.
Friendly mattress.
Now, somebody answer me this. When gypsies get near water, they always have to tip either a pram or a mattress into that portion of water. Does anybody realise that? Whenever gypsies get near water, a mattress goes in, a pram goes in.
It's more relaxed here than in London. I mean, there's the intensity of the city, for example. I mean, it just, you just want to get things done and get it over with, basically. But here you've got things to occupy your mind other than just the job, you know. It's quite pleasant, but it's not really an ideal working atmosphere. I mean, it's more of a sort of holiday camp feel, I find, anyway.
When did you first start drumming?
At the age of 14. I'm now 25.
Why did you start?
Don't know, good question. I don't really think... Well, originally I wanted to play piano, but my parents couldn't afford to buy a piano, and they couldn't afford to buy a drum kit either, for that matter. But when I was at school, I had a part-time job like most kids, you know. It wasn't a paper round or anything like that, but it was just stacking shelves in a local grocery. And I managed to save up £30, and I don't know, I just fancied having a go, I suppose. So I bought this kit out of my own money and went for it.
Did anybody teach you how to play?
No, I've never had a lesson in my life. I just used to listen to records and just try and copy what was on records. I think if anybody teaches you something like drums or guitar or anything like that, I mean, you only end up playing exactly like them and you don't really develop your own style, which I think I've got my own style. Whether it's a good one or not is a matter of personal opinion, I suppose.
Bit more.
Do you reckon a bit more?
Bit more.
It's a bit tutty.
Yeah.
You've got kick from the top, so...
Yeah. We'll run it down with the drum. Okay. They were in the right place, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is there another one there?
Yeah.
Isn't there twice as many? No.
Just sort of finishes off that tango.
Well, play two, we can get away with one.
Honestly, that was it.
No.
We're going to patch up the bass.
Yes.
I've made one mistake, and we're going to correct it by dropping... One? One mistake.
I'll let.
The man's allowed one mistake.
So how do you put it in?
Well, we just run the tape from here, and when the mistake comes, we go into record, and then quickly rip it out again. Into record there, and then out here. So you just patch up on that one track.
He said it, he knows it's
Yeah.
He's torn his Levi's and he's now going to go and put a patch on the knee, the same colour
Correct the mistake. This happens on every song we've ever done. Bass.
And some people, in fact, put their entire records together out of nothing but mistakes that are
Okay,
patched
back to
over.
the original.
Some people have
Start of the
patchwork albums.
Okay. I'll drop it in.
Fabulous.
Really?
Do you do that? Snare, yeah. I thought you were doing it's just an off-beat snare thing.
Well, the bass is on 2 tracks. One is the bass going straight into the desk,
And
not
this
through an
This
amplifier.
one's waking up Phil Collins somewhere in Knightsbridge to come and tell him to play the drums correctly. Phil!
The other one is the one through the amp, and the one through the amp doesn't sound as good as the one on the straight one.
So you can literally put the instrument straight into the desk without having any amplifier in the way. And with one of these you can select which one you want, straight into the desk. Or
It sounds very flat-wound strings, isn't it, the deal? It's all...
Yeah.
So what's the difference in the sound that you get if it's...
You will hear right now. Can you play it again?
Yeah, there's no
There's the sound of the
amplifier or
amplifier, and there's the sound
the
of
room,
just the
you know.
guitar. It sounds very
When you
flat.
plug it straight in, it's literally coming from your fingers to this desk.
The flat sound is pretty ideal for this sort of song as well,
You see, that's just the one that we're going to be using, as opposed to that one. It's
A bit of sort of fret person.
You can hear the rest of the room coming in. You hear other instruments breaking through. You put the other one on, and
that's much nicer for this song. But for other songs you'd use the other sound.
Okay then.
We're just going to put a bit of fairy dust on it, so if you carry on playing in a couple of minutes.
You want me to, obviously,
The harmoniser.
you want me to belt up, do you?
Sorry?
You want me to belt up or do you want me to keep playing?
Yeah, well, play for your own sake only. We're just patching up something.
Bring it into thirds, just play classical. Channel line
You've got to give us a bit of classical gas, Dave.
I can't remember it actually.
They don't write them like they used to.
come in here. One of Sid Vicious's better numbers is...
You haven't got the harmonizer part here.
No, that's a stereo AMS, you see.
Oh, right.
I'm trying to.
The acoustic at the moment just sounds a little bit lifeless and dull, so we're just going to put an effect on that's sort of going to wobble the sound just a little bit.
So
You'll hear in a minute.
What do you use for that?
We're using the harmonizer for it, but you can use different things.
It's
Which
a
all
pitch
gives
changer.
It just slightly changes the pitch, so it drifts above and below the pitch he's playing. So it gives a sort of double tracking type effect, but with a bit extra.
It's the greatest gift known to modern recording, the harmoniser.
Oh, I say, I can hear a lot of very funny things. I think I'm going to start talking like Mickey Mouse in a moment.